Hello, good evening. My name is Isel, and today I'm going to be doing a short presentation on Alvaro Mortis, which is can also be known as the cold death. Before I get started, I want to talk about the stages of death, which Alvaro Mortis and rigor mortis and liver mortis as well. Rigor mortis also really known as the stiffening of joints and muscles, and liver mortis is the gravitational settling of blood. So, what is Alvaro Mortis? Alvaro Mortis is typically known as the second stage. It is when a body's temperature changes its current temperature to the environment it's in, so reaching that ambient temperature. Most people usually refer it as the cooling of the body, which it normally is, but in some times it's not always like that. An average body temperature, I'm gonna just be using a 98.4. Sometimes a disease can be found in an environment which is a little bit higher than that, and so it doesn't always cool. It just kind of reaches that temperature that it's in. So in Alvaro Mortis there are two main factors, which is the intrinsic and extrinsic factors. First one is the intrinsic factor, which is typically elements that are within the body, generating from the body itself, which is the ratio of surface area to the mass of the body. So bodies of a higher surface area to the mass will cool much faster than those with a lower surface area to the body's mass. So the smaller the mass, the faster the body loses heat. Let's say you have a deer and a rabbit, both deceased in a similar type of environment. The rabbit will cool much faster than the deer because it's smaller and the deer is bigger. And the second is the build. So adipose tissue and muscle acts as an insulator, which can also increase the cooling time of the deceased. Like I said, muscle acts as an insulator, but it also continues with that state of metabolism even after death, which can cause the body to increase even more the duration of the Alvaro Mortis. The next one I have is the extrinsic factors, which are elements that are not part of the body. The first one I have here is the environmental state. We all know that the temperature of the environment is a huge role in the post-mortem change. But not only that, the conditions of the environment also plays a pretty big, important role. Let's say the rain, and if a deceased is found in water, it will typically cool faster. Coverage on the body, such as clothing and bedding, will also that will actually increase the duration of Alvaro Mortis. So let's say, when we're cold, we grab a blanket to keep our bodies warm. If you happen, to find a deceased with a blanket, or a deceased with a blanket or a large coat will take longer to cool because that it's still acting as something to keep that body warm, as an insulator. The third one I have here is a pathological conditions. That's viral and bacterial infections. So like most infections, your body is going to react to that. One of those is, one of the symptoms is fever. In a deceased, if they have a viral and bacterial infection, then it will increase the duration of Alvaro Mortis. And the last one I have here is pharmaceuticals. I didn't know this, but pharmaceuticals also, controlled substances can also affect the duration of Alvaro Mortis. I did not know that, so that was new to me. So, is Alvaro Mortis a physical or a chemical change? Alvaro Mortis is a physical change. Yeah, the characteristics have changed, but not the chemical properties. So here are some other things I have. Well, Alvaro Mortis starts pretty quickly after death. That being said, you can also estimate the time of death by using the temperature of the body. The temperature is said to drop 1.5 degrees Fahrenheit each hour. You can use that 1.5 in a equation, which I have right here, the Glacier equation. You get the average body temperature, which I'm going to be using 98.4, and divide that by that 1.5. And that should equal the hours since death. And typically, professionals will use this equation to get that time of death for any, policeman. Here I put in a little simple sample post-mortem chart, which this red line is going to be that core temperature of the deceased, and the blue being the forehead temperature. This black solid line here is going to be the ambient temperature, which is going to be in the environment that the deceased is found in. And that is it. I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this rebotched presentation, but I enjoyed it, and I hope you guys have a good day.